and welcome. This is Ruth and I have a brand new trend from Tonic Studios today, and this one is called Coral Skies. So there's lots and lots of lovely Nuvo products. I have them all in front of me here. Some beautiful Craft Perfect. We've got ink, ribbon, embellishment mousse, and I just want to give you a little look through it all, and then I'll go on to make something with it. So first of all, if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. And don't forget, if you do enjoy the video at the end, to give me a big thumbs up and leave me a little comment to let me know how you find this video. So we'll have a little look first of all at the card and the paper, and then I'll move on to all those other beautiful things there. So we've got a little 6x6 double-sided patterned paper pack, and this one is called Coral Skies, as you can see, and there are 8 designs, 6 of each, and it's 160 GSM. Now, you'll already have had a little taster and a little sneaky peek of some of these things in the last kit, but not everything was in it, so I'm going to give you a little look through, and maybe you haven't even already seen that. If you haven't, I'll leave the link in the description down below, and you'll be able to look back at that. That's a beautiful pinstripe. I'm not sure if you could see that down there or not, but there's some absolutely beautiful patterns in there. Little birds and bubbles and all sorts of things, and that's the 6x6 pad. Now we'll have a little look at what's in the A4 packs of card. So these are 5 different types of card, and they all come in A4 packs, and you'll get 10 in the Craft Perfect Classic card and 5 sheets in each of these 4. So the first one there is Peer View, and that's a beautiful navy classic with a kind of texture weave in it, and that one is 216 GSM, and that comes in a pack of 10. And then we have Sugared Coral. That's absolutely beautiful glitter card. Look at that. And that is in a pack of 5, as I said, and that's 250 GSM. The next one then is Flanders Blue, which is this one. Now that has a really lovely sheen off it and a kind of little sort of pattern that's not too noticeable, but it's really, really nice. And that is 230 GSM as well, and you'll get 5 in that pack. Then we have Italian Rose High Gloss Mirror card. Now, I don't want to lift the whole thing right out, but you can see it there. It's really, really shiny and really, really beautiful. If I lift that out, you'll just see me looking back at you. So anyhow, that one is 250 GSM and also comes in a pack of 5. And last but not least, this absolutely gorgeous Coral Luster pearlescent card. Again, a pack of 5 and 250 GSM. Next up, we've got the pastes. So we have 2 embellishment mousses. And this one is called Bermuda Pink, and this one is High Tide Blue. You can see those lovely colours there. And hopefully it won't be too long till I'm using those, and I'll show you what they look like as well. But there's lots of videos and things on embellishment mousse. You can use that through a stencil. You can actually lift a little drop of it out, mix it with water and use it as a watercolour paint as well. Just remember not to contaminate what's inside the container with some water, because it will make it go a little bit fusty or mouldy. But if you just take it out and use water with it, you can keep this quite safely and for quite a long time. Then we have some beautiful glacier paste, and this one is called Galaxy Blue. I'll give you a little peep at that. And then we have these little bottles of Nuvo Pure Sheen, and this one is Midnight Sapphire Glitter. It's really, really fine glitter. You can add that to your projects in lots of ways. You can use it on double-sided foam, you can use it on tape. And this one is called Astral Nights, and this is Confetti, and this is really, really beautiful. There's all different sizes in there. I've already had that out, that's why the top's already off it. I've had a little look at that, and it's really gorgeous. This one is absolutely beautiful as well. This is Rose Starburst Confetti, and just wait till you see what's in here. Isn't that beautiful? Next we have some drops. So we have 4 here. Sorry, that's not a drop, we have 4 drops, and this one is called Fruit Cocktail, and these are Dream Drops. Now I've already gone ahead and put some of these out to show you. First of all, I think on my little note here I've got the Watermelon Wonder Jewel Drop, so hopefully you can see that. These all rise up to a beautiful domed shape, and you can then use them, make bigger dots or smaller ones, or you can even spread them out with a paintbrush. But the Watermelon Wonder Jewel Drop, like all of the Jewel Drops, dries translucent. Then we've got Seashell Pink Crystal Drops, that's this next one, right here. Then we have Fruit Cocktail Dream Drop, and this is iridescent. You see that? Isn't that really, really pretty? Then we have Velvet Evening Glitter Drops. So that's quite dark, but then you can spread it out a little as well. So I've been using glitter drops lately quite a bit, where I put a drop out and then I spread it with a paintbrush, and it's really, really nice. Looks lovely. Next up we have some shimmer powder. Now if you're anything like me, you'll love shimmer powder. It makes a really, really beautiful background. So this one is called Fantail Firecracker. So what you do is you just tap a little drop of this out onto your surface, whatever you're using, card or paper or whatever, and then spray lightly, just a little mist of water, and that will spread, and all the colours will pop up in it. And they're usually, if you can see there, lots of different colours inside, and a really, really beautiful shine off that as well. Then we have some embossing powder, and this one is called Blue Depths, and this one is called Coral Chic. There was a little tester of this one in the last kit as well, and those are really, really lovely. These colours all go really, really beautifully together, as you can see. Well, that's the idea, but you know, you'll be able to use these with lots of things other than just what's in this trend. You can mix and match it with some of the other things that you already have. There's washi tape as well. So we've got this one. This is Coral Skies. So there's a gingham and a plain one, and then a little stripe, and that was in the kit as well, but it's always lovely to have some extra of that if you've already got yours in your kit too. This time we've got some beautiful ribbon. So there's Moonstone Pink, and that's double satin, and so there's 5 meters of 9mm beautiful satin ribbon there, and that's a really gorgeous colour. And then we have, well, I absolutely love gingham, as you know probably, a very, very fine 5mm, but there's 5 meters of it, and that is navy gingham ribbon as well. So that's going to be beautiful in lots of these projects that you'll be making with this. And then we have 3 new ink pads. So we've got Indigo Shade, Sweet Melon, and Pink Sands. Those are really, really gorgeous together. Isn't this just a really beautiful combination? And last but not least, we've got some beautiful new sparkle spray, and this one is called Pearled Blush. And doesn't that just match really, really well with that? You can see there all the lovely shine and sheen off that, but I definitely will be using that in lots and lots of my projects. So that's just a little bit to whet your appetite at the moment, but I'm going off now to look for some lovely dyes and things to make some projects with this, and I'll be right back. When I looked in that box, there was actually so many different things in it, I really didn't even know where to start, so this has taken me ages just to work out, because I have so many ideas in my head that I wanted to show you as many of the products as possible. So I just picked this stamp club. This one is called the Golden Sunrise, and I think I should be able to show you quite a lot of things with this one. So I've taken this background die here, and I've cut it out in plain white, just ordinary white card, and then I have used it again along with this one inside, taped these two together, and cut it out of some watercolour card. Now I don't necessarily always use watercolour card for this. You can use ordinary card if you're not going to use too much water, but this time this is what I've done. I'm going to use the sparkle spray on this one, and I'm going to use the shimmer powder on this one, and I'll need some water as well. So I've got a little box here that I usually use to spray in, and I'll go ahead and do that. Well, in a moment of madness there, I decided that I would like to go ahead and emboss a stamp with that beautiful embossing powder. So that's the Blue Depths embossing powder from the trend. You know, I waited until I had all that on before I decided that, and you know, it worked, but it may not have worked, so I would not advise that at all. I would emboss that before you would glue anything down, and then that way you don't ruin the whole card. Well, I'm just happy that it worked. So you can see there that I've actually embossed right over the top of the part that I had already added the shimmer powder onto, and it actually turned out really well. So now I have my card, and I've put some washi tape across the top here, and I want to trim that off. So I've put a tiny little drop of glue, just a few dots down there. I actually just do the same here. So I'm going to go across just about the same distance up from the bottom there as I've done from the top, and that's easily torn, so there's no problem there, just rip it off, but peel that back and put just a couple of dots of glue down there. And the same on the other side, and then you can trim that off quite happily, knowing that it's not going to peel the whole way back, because washi tape, one of the properties of washi tape is that it's kind of repositionable, so just do that and that will stay on, no problem now. There we are. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue that on, and that makes a lovely little border across there. So I'll just show you what that would look like on the white card, and it looks much nicer on top of that. It's really beautiful. So this piece of coral luster that I have cut is 10.5 centimeters by 13.5, and I have just glued it onto the back of this, and it made a lovely little frame around it. And we'll centre that and let that hold for a moment or two just to get the glue to grab. That washi tape's really lovely across there, isn't it? You can use that for borders, you can use it for all sorts of things, but I like doing that with it. Now I'm going to add a few crystal drops and a couple of sequins across that. I've got a piece of card this time, and it's 12 centimeters by 17, and I want to create a patterned background on it. So I've got some of this beautiful Bermuda pink embellishment mousse, and I've got a brush here that leaves quite a bit of a textured effect to it. No, it's not a smooth brush, and I'm going to brush this across here, and I want that kind of streaky effect on it. I'm not going to blend that through. I just don't want the lines stopping halfway across. So there's where I'm going Glued onto a 5x7 card now, and it's absolutely beautiful. Look at that shine. Now I've taken the same die that I used in the previous card, and I've cut some of the peer view card again, and I've just taped it down, and you can see it's quite narrow tape, but you could leave whatever kind of a border you like there. And I've got some of this glacier paste, and again with this brush I'm going to put this on quite thickly, and then hopefully I'll add some of these in. So I've glued that panel onto the card, and then I took this die from the Fantastic Stamp Club, and I've cut that out in the Coral Luster. Then I have cut these circles out in white, and I've gone ahead with the navy ink. This one's called Indigo Shade, and one of my little stamps from that set again, and I have stamped that onto the circle that was on here, and now I've got 3D foam pads on the back, and I'm going to glue that on, and then we'll add the rest of the elements onto these other circles. I was going to add those little white circles on there and put something on them, but I just decided that Italian Rose card made into little flowers would be really lovely, so I've taped these two dies together from the Mini Slimline Funky Flowers die set. I've cut them out, and I'm going to glue them on, and then I'll put some crystal drops or jewel drops. I'm not too sure whether it would be which one of these at the moment, but I'm going to put those in. And then you can see I've added a little tail of the navy gingham ribbon down at the bottom here. And then I have used some of the foliage from the Sent with Love gift box die set, and I've cut it out here in Italian Rose and Pear View, and I'm going to snip some of that and add it on here, here and here as well. Now, that's it all finished. So as you can see there, I added the dream drops into the centre, and just a little tip that I think always works for me anyhow when I'm adding foliage and flowers in. If you kind of imagine a central point that all the stems are coming from, I think it always helps them look more joined up and not just as if you've just stuck a load of leaves in or a load of flowers. You kind of aim for a central point there, and as you can see, that one would be coming this way, and these are all coming in this line. So there you are, that's it. Beautiful, I think anyway. I love those colours. And there's my other one. So that's me finished for the moment, but there's so many other things, as I always say. There's lots of things that I haven't used on these. I'm sure I'll come back at some other stage and do that, but for the meantime, that's it. So thank you very, very much for watching along, and I hope you really, really enjoyed that trend. I find it's really, really beautiful because it's very different. It's very elegant and classy looking with the navy and that beautiful mirror card. You see it there? That gorgeous shine off that. So don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, and if you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to do that too and hit the notification bell. My links to these products will be down below in the description of the video, and they will be affiliate links, so that means I get a little commission from it, but it won't cost you anything extra at all. So I do appreciate everybody who uses those. Thanks very, very much. And thanks very, very much to everybody who does take time to leave me a little comment too. I really appreciate that. I do try to get back and answer them, and sometimes it takes me a little longer than others, but I usually try to get back. So thank you very, very much, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye bye.